Have you smiled yet today? Wait until you hear this. We're all familiar, at least on some level, with the concept of 3D printing. But did you know just how much this technology has revolutionized the field of medicine? It has allowed surgeons to visually map procedures, design tools tailored to individual surgeries, and even print anatomically correct parts to replace defective ones in the body. Let me give you a few examples. In Georgia, a 7-month-old baby named Amir was battling congenital heart disease and tracheal bronchomalacia, a life-threatening condition that causes severe airway obstruction. Throughout his 6-month stay in the Pediatric Intensive Care Unit at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, Amir frequently faced episodes of severe airway collapse that conventional surgical methods couldn't resolve.
The problem is that if the airway is a tube, that our patient's tube was being compressed or smashed to the point where he couldn't move in the air. And it was, basically, it was almost like he was choking to death.
However, biomedical engineers at the Georgia Institute of Technology reconstructed Amir's airways using CT scans and then used that data to 3D print custom splints.
As we use the CT scan, the image data actually build a digital model of the patient. And from that model, we get the parameters of the length of the collapse segment, the diameter, and we use that to actually design the device.
These were surgically placed around his trachea, effectively holding his airways open and allowing him to breathe freely. And after months of only being able to sit beside his hospital bed as he struggled to breathe, Amir's mom was finally able to hold her son. At the age of 11, Elliot Monroe was diagnosed with leukemia and endured 2 bone marrow transplants and was given prescription steroids to help him through his treatments. In his 20s, he began experiencing severe joint pain, a side effect of the steroids, eventually leading to a diagnosis of osteonecrosis, a disease that breaks down the bone faster than the body can repair it. Traditional solutions like ankle fusion or replacement weren't viable as his bones were essentially dead, preventing them from being able to fuse with an implanted bone. He was given a heart-wrenching prognosis.
My last doctor was talking about amputation as kind of the next step once the pain got too bad.
Desperate for alternatives, he met with Dr. Jeffrey Holmes at Banner Boswell Medical Center in Arizona. Dr. Holmes offered him a revolutionary option via 3D printing.
Scans were made of Elliot's good ankle, sent to a company that made a 3D scan of his bone, in this case, the talus bone, and a replacement bone was printed made of titanium to go into Elliot's ankle.
Engineers spent weeks fine-tuning the structure of the talus bone replacement until it was finally time for the procedure. The surgery was a success.
Both Elliot and Dr. Holmes can now breathe easy, as Elliot's ankle seems to be healing right on schedule.
Elliot was given a new lease on life with the ability to walk, run, and most importantly, play with his children again without the pain that had plagued him for most of his life. As if these advancements in medical technology aren't incredible enough, doctors, researchers, and scientists are paving the way for human organ donation to become obsolete through the use of transplantable bioprinted organs created from a patient's own cells, which would drastically reduce the risk of rejection and the need for immunosuppressive drugs. Bioengineers from the University of Washington School of Medicine and Rice University achieved a major breakthrough in generating functional tissue replacements by successfully bioprinting vascular networks that mimic the body's natural passageways for blood, air, lymph, and other vital fluids to individual organs. These complex vascular systems are essential for sustaining the metabolic function in human tissues. Additionally, scientists at Tel Aviv University successfully printed a small-scale heart, complete with blood vessels, ventricles, and chambers using a patient's own biological materials.
Currently, it takes 3 hours to print one heart. In the coming years, hearts will be transplanted into small animals like rats or rabbits for test.
This technology is still in the experimental stage, but it holds the promise of a future where life-saving organ transplants can be performed immediately using fully custom 3D printed organs.
I believe that in 10 years there would be printers in every hospital that will print tissues and organs that will then be transplanted in patients.
Medicine and technology have both come a long way since the beginning of human civilization, and I can't help but smile when I think of the promise the future holds. And you know what they say, a smile a day keeps the existential dread at bay. See you next time.